Hello guys, my name is Nursery and you can find me on my adoption support type channel, which goes through everything that's going to help you, your family. It's going to talk about your children's behaviours and traumas and just give you general support. So if you think that's going to be helpful, then please hit the pink subscribe button below. And today we're going to talk about how to choose a nursery for your adopted child and when to do it, when to send them to nursery. So I've got 2 adopted boys. If you've looked at my channel already, you'll know this, that we had them from 2 and 3 as foster carers. So we needed to find them a nursery. So let's just talk about the reasons why you might hold back from putting them into nursery first. First of all, of course, you need them to settle and you need the trauma side of it to die down a little bit before you start thinking about nursery. And foster carers are often held back from sending children to nursery for a very long time. Most of the time, 6-9 months is not unusual, so that we can build an attachment with the child. And it'll be exactly the same for you as an adoptee. You're going to want to build a really good attachment with a child. One of you's probably been asked to take some time off work, at least 6 months, probably 9, hopefully 12, where you can build that attachment with a child. It's just so important to be able to do that. So because the way attachment works is if they can make a good attachment with you, they can start to make attachments outside, away from you. Whereas if they haven't managed to do that with you, they're going to really struggle when they go to nursery or preschool, wherever you're going to send them. Once you've done that though, and you're ready to start looking for a nursery, then here's some of the things that you need to look for. First and foremost, I wouldn't go for anywhere that's too big. So it's probably better to have your more local preschool or playgroup that has a smaller number of children in, rather than a huge, complicated nursery with all the bells and whistles, and actually your child's going to get a little bit lost. And I ran Children's Day nurseries for 22 years, so I know the difference between a small local nursery and a much bigger going concern, which is fine. Mine was, bigger, but it's important for your children to have a lot of individual attention and to have the opportunity to meet similar friends every day. So you're looking for a smaller establishment if you can. You're also looking for a low turnover of staff. That's very challenging because nurseries do have a high level of turnover of staff. But again, if you can find a nursery that has, or a playgroup that has consistent staff, potentially more mature staff there, you're probably going to do better than something that has a high turnover, because you want your child to start loving at least one of those helpers, if not more, but you want them to have the consistency there, and you want the staff to fall in love with your child, because it is possible for staff not to like particular children, and you need that bond to happen quite quickly with your child for them to settle. So that's the second point. You need consistent staff, hopefully a smaller team, a more consistent team, possibly more mature. The next thing that you're looking for is obviously the quality of the experiences for the child. But when I say the quality of the experiences, I don't necessarily mean what the environment looks like or what the resources look like, because that is easy to fabricate. Trust me, as an ex-nursery owner, I know that anywhere can make it look good if they have enough money to lay the resources out and make something look amazing. But it's what your child is going to experience in that nursery. So are they going to get all the lovely sensory experiences, which is going to help them with their speech, language and communication? There's a link there on my video about delay in communication, which many adopted children have. So are they going to get things that are sensory, which then stimulate their language and their communication? Or is it going to be very much a sitting down and you need to do this now and that now, and we expect them to do this and learn this by this? That's not really what your child needs. Your child needs the emotional and communication development. So you need to find someone that's really, really good at that. And finally, guys, the most obvious thing is if their nursery or playgroup has had experience of fostered or adopted children, then they're going to know exactly what your needs are, because you are going to be anxious on what the child's needs are. And if possible, and this is a big ask if it's a very busy day for the staff, you might ask for a very basic message book which helps you to know if there's been a good day or a bad day. I wouldn't put them in for too much too soon. So start off small, maybe a couple of sessions a week. You can always build that up when you need to. But if you don't need to because you're not going back to work yet, I wouldn't overdo it. A couple of mornings a week to start with would be more than enough for them. So guys, I hope that helps you, and if it does, I look forward to seeing you on my channel, where I'm hoping that you'll find lots of useful information for adopters. So please just hit the circle with my face in it at the end of the screen, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye now.